Flosstube, I know it's been a while. It is now Monday the 18th of September. I did do an update on the 1st of September and you might all be shouting, where is it? There's a small group of you who I chat to regularly, who know the issues I had with the last video. I'm hoping I've got it sorted this time. I really hope I've got it sorted this time. I got a new phone back in July and it was the first time videoing with the new phone, and I think it was the settings. So I've readjusted it so it's not recording as many megabits per minute. So hopefully that'll sort that issue out. Mainly it uploaded to my computer, no problem at all. It played on my computer, no problem at all. The main issue came when I tried to upload the whole video to YouTube. Give me 1 second because someone's making a lot of noise. I'm just going to shut the door on him. We have one of our old puppies, Theo, staying with him. I'm not going to show him. He's too big and heavy to lift. He's rather on the big side for a Sheltie. So yeah, I'm not lifting him through. Brody's still with us, but he's nice and quiet. But Theo, because he comes from a home where he's allowed all over the home, doesn't like being left in the kitchen with the other dogs. So, tough. Anyway, where was I? Yes. Main issue with the last video was it was going to take YouTube a ridiculous amount of hours to upload the video. I even tried uploading the video elsewhere from my phone without putting the title and everything on it, just uploading the single video from my phone, and at one point it said it was going to take 44 hours. That wasn't happening. So hopefully this will have sorted the problem and I'll be able to upload onto YouTube no problem at all. At least I have all the editing stuff ready to go from the last one. I'm just going to use it again. So hopefully this one will work. So what's been happening? You all know about that I got a promotion at work. I think there has been a slight problem with my pronunciation of things. I am not an arse, I am a nurse, N-U-R-S-E, and I am now a charge nurse. So yeah, new job started at the beginning of the month and it's going good so far. There's a few things going on, but obviously I can't discuss anything work related on here, but it's going good so far. I'm kind of getting my head around all the managerial stuff that I need to be doing. It takes some getting used to. It's been a bit of a transition. There are times when I forget to answer the phone as charge nurse. I do say staff nurse. It's little things like that. It just confuses me and it's getting used to it. I mean, 13 years as a staff nurse and then all of a sudden I'm a charge nurse. It's confusing. So getting used to the new job, getting used to the new hours. I mean, it's only one shift extra a month, but it is going to take a bit of getting used to. It's more, I'm working more Monday to Friday. I'll be doing less weekends. I'll be doing less night shifts. So it is just getting used to getting back up and into the routine of getting up in the mornings and getting used to all that sort of thing. It's just going to take me a while. And obviously, change of schedule, I'll have to wait and see what happens with this, but I should be able to keep it up. It's just a case of when am I going to be able to update you all. So I will try as much as I can to figure out some sort of timetable and have a set day when I can sit down and record. It's just, I need a couple of days just to get the house together. It's still messy at the back. You're not going to see everything. It's still a mess at the back of me. You know, you know, if I've only got 2 days off, I've got to get my uniforms washed, get them ironed. You know, it takes time. I need at least a day to do all that, and then by the time I've got another day off, you know, I've got to do it all again. So my plan is, once things settle down, I'll get a more normal recording time set out. So what else have I been doing? Been trying to do lots of stitching. I have managed to make things, and I had shown this in the last video as well, but of course you haven't seen it, so I'm showing you again. I have made some things on my mum's sewing machine. I have attempted, and I don't think I've done too badly, if I say so myself. Thank you to everyone who congratulated me on the last video back in July for my promotion. I have one question that I've been meaning to answer, and I did answer it on the last one, but of course it didn't upload, so I'm going to answer it again. It's from Lisa S Stitches, who asked about how much it cost me for the So Much to Love bag of the month. And I've got this month's just arrived, if I can remember where I've put it. Here it is. And I think when I filmed the last video, I hadn't had the invoice yet, but it literally came in the next day that I filmed it. So it converts it to pounds just literally, because she sends me the invoice, and it's literally on the last page where I press to pay that it converts it into pounds. And I think this month, obviously it's going to change month to month because of the exchange rate, but this month it was about £29, and that includes the postage and whatnot. I haven't had it caught by customs. Excuse me, there's a first time for everything. But saying that, I did get I got a new More to Love bag, and I got one of our folder things. I'm going to show you them. And that was a fairly big order, and didn't get caught in customs for that. But I think you know, there may well come a time when customs go, oh wait a minute, we might be missing a deal here. It shouldn't get caught by customs. It shouldn't do, because there's the price, and then there's the postage. The postage usually is something like $10, something like that. So, you know, the price of the product, customs aren't really interested in it. So under 30 quid for the smaller ones that I get, and I've got it here. This is the September one, so it's autumnal colours, and it came with a lovely pair of scissors. I do like scissors. You can never have enough scissors because you lose them. My daughter borrows them. Got plenty of scissors. Came with a little pumpkin spice tea, which I'm going to try sometime. I've never tried any pumpkin spice stuff. I mean, you guys in the States, you just have no idea. You get such things. I mean, never seen anything like it. There we go. This was the bag. So nice oranges and purples and leaves, and their little label on the back. And the inside is this sort of purpley leaf, sort of motif type thing. And of course, she's changed the love heart. Instead of it being a red one, it's an orange one to go with the bag. So that's this month's bag. And the pattern she sent was a pattern by Annette Schwartz-Miller. I'm just going to have a quick read of the letter to find her Etsy page, which is whoopicat.etsy.com, and it's a mandala, and she picked it out because it used the purples and the oranges that were in the bag, so you know, it does kind of go with the bag. So that's that. I mean, certainly, if I think Karen could correct me if I'm wrong. I know she has watched my video in the past. I don't know if she's watching. Hi Karen, if you are. She can correct me, but I don't think she's got any spaces left in the bag of the month for this year, but certainly come the end of the year she'll start putting up on her So Much to Love Facebook page, I would assume, for sign-ups for next year. If you are interested, it's worth looking into if you like the bags, and the small ones are a good size. to get used to. I use them for lots of things. My daughter's using one as a pencil case for school. Yeah, they're handy. I've always got one in each of my bags for carrying around. I've even got one that has got like the little kits. They're great. They're just the right size for the little kits that come in the magazines. They hold them perfectly, so you can literally put your kit in and take it with you in your handbag. Sorted. I'll sell your bags for you, Karen. I'll sell them. So the two things that I got from her back in August, I think I got them, July, August time. I'd been kind of thinking about getting the project folder for a while, and I just decided to get it, and I liked the material on it, so I picked this floral leafy one, and she makes it, and it holds, it's the 3 ring binders. It's a little A5 size. If you're in the UK, this is A5, and it fits on the folder, and it's all just nicely, just a little bit padded. It's lovely, and you can get the inserts separately. I haven't started filling them in. I plan to sort them at some point, so I have some sort of, you know, so I can sit here and not have to open my X-Stitch app, which is on my phone. You know, I could have the projects in front of me and tell you what fabric I'm using and what have you. So there's, you know, I think the pack comes with 25 pages, so that's enough for 25 projects. I don't have 25 whips going at the moment, so that's perfect for me at the moment. And obviously if I run out, Karen sells them as well, so I can always order them off her. The other bag I got, which is holding my Christmas at home salt, is this one. I just love the material, and I love the little frilly bit along the top. I'll just open it and let you see the inside was just sort of love hearts, blue love hearts. So that was my two purchases from Karen. The other thing I bought, everyone was trying out the Lucky Dip on Amazon. That went round the Cross Stitch UK, Cross Stitch Friends in UK group like wildfire. So I got a few kits. Well, you got 4 kits for £10. What you know, whether you liked them or not, you know, that was a bargain. You could either sell the kits on or do whatever you wanted with them. There was one kit that I just didn't like, but the other 3 I did like. So the 3 I did like, I got this one, which is called Boots. So it's a cat sitting on a sort of quilted rug, and it looks like it's stitched on 28 count even weave. Yeah, white even weave. And then this other one is called True Love, Sweet Briar. So it's the flower, which I thought was rather pretty, and that looks like it's stitched on Ada. It's got the little pack at the back. And then this last one, I love it. You know how I feel about the old style sewing machines, but it's this one called Sewing Room, which has the old style sewing machine and just the messy looking sewing table, which quite frankly looks like my house, and it's got beads, and that's all the threads in it as well. So that one I quite liked. And now the one that I didn't really like, it's nice enough, it's embellished. I ain't going to do embellished cross stitch. It's that one. It's nice enough, but it's not me. And you can see it's got the printed picture, and obviously you're just filling in the bits, and there's a little bit of, actually it doesn't look all that shiny, but it probably is meant to be a shiny thread, but it doesn't look that shiny. There's a fair amount of thread. It doesn't look on the picture, I don't know if you can see on the picture, it doesn't look on the picture like there's that much. It looks like it's just the flowers. It doesn't look like there's that much stitching actually gets done. I haven't actually opened it. It's called Coach for Hire. It's by Kandamar Designs. It's not me. But what I will say is, if I don't want to put it on the Stitch for Stash or not the Stitch from Stash, the swap, the group, or the sell and buy group. I don't want to put it on there. I can't be doing with the hassle. If any of you guys like the look of this, message me on Facebook. Most of you know where to find me because I have chatted with a few of you. If someone wants to try and do this, message me on Facebook. First come, first serve, it's yours. Can't say fairer than that. I don't think it would be fair to do that as a giveaway, because not everyone's going to want it. So if there is someone out there and that's your style and you think you might like it, it's yours, message me. So let's start with the whips. So we'll get on to the important stuff first. So I'm nearly ready to move this frame. This is my 10 a day stitch, which is the Bell and Boo one from last year, and I can't find the magazine. I had it out somewhere. I can't find it now. I'll try and find it for the next video. But this is the one that I do 10 stitches a day on, and as you can see, I think from the last video, I've done a huge amount because I've literally got this whole bottom half of the coat finished. Doing all this red has been insane. It's just as well it's 10 stitches a day, but I'm getting fed up doing 321. Really fed up by doing 321. So yeah, I'm glad it's nearly finished, because I think once I get up to this section, it's just the top half of her coat, and there's not that much because there's more hair and there's her face. So looking forward to getting up and hitting her face, but yeah, bottom half's all done. Pretty much. The only thing that's missing is the bits of snow around the side, but I'll do them at the end because I'm as well just doing them with the back stitching bits going on at the same time. So yeah, up to date with that. Just need to see, just need to move the Q-snap up and get started on her face, and then I'll probably feel a bit better that I'm getting a bit more done. And what else have I been working on? Sewing cats, Adele cats, sewing pussies, stitch along. There's the design, Sewing Cats by Soda Stitch. Try and get rid of the glare for you. Again, loved it when I saw it because of the old style sewing machine. I love the old styles, the old Singer sewing machines. I love it, love them. And this is where I have got to. So I've got the first cat finished on the shelf. So the next cat will be along here. I did all the back stitch. I'm just going to stitch. I'm going to do the back stitch on each cat as I go along. So I'll move on to the next section next. It's one of these ones it is easy to stitch up. I mean that literally stitched up in a few days, that section. It would be easy enough to keep going, but I've got lots of other projects that I want to use, so yeah, it'll come back round in rotation at some point. Just not quite sure where. I still haven't figured out a rotation. We'll see how I get on. Lakeside Fantasy Cell. Huge bit of this done. I think when I filmed my last video, I think I showed that I'd finished this, and I'd started this one when I last filmed. I've now got it finished, but I'm thinking what I'm going to do is do the bit round the border and the centre bits while I'm here before I move it up for the next circle, which was the last circle that came out. So all the parts are out now. You can see what the finished piece looks like if you didn't buy it as the stitch along and you fancy trying it. It's ready to come out. Needle minder as ever, this one. Got Beauty and the Beast on it. It's from Needle Keep Emporium. And I can't remember where I got the cover from. Apologies, I can't remember where I got the cover from. Next one I've done a huge amount on from when you last saw it, but it is, of course, my Celtic Autumn. Bring her in a bit. I've put in some of the beads, I've put in some of the gold. It's the Petite Treasure braid 01 I think I'm using on that one. And for the first time ever I'm using Nymo thread. I'll show you at the back, she's upside down now, but I've used the Nymo thread for the beading. I've never used the Nymo thread. It was all the Americans talking about it. I was like, what the hell is this stuff? So thank you to Melanie Watkins as well, because I put a shout out on Soulful Stitcher saying how many strands do I use, and she came back and said 1 very quickly, so thank you to her because it meant I could get my beading started. But yeah, she's looking good, and still Soulful Stitching event coming up this weekend I think is for autumn style, so yeah, I'll be working on her, get some more done. I am of course doing the alternative colours. For those of you that don't know Lavender and Lace, when she designed it, that's how she designed it, that's the original colours, and I of course am doing her in the alternative colours, which I felt were more autumnal for over this side of the water. But yeah, she's looking good. She's actually stitching up fairly easily, and once I've sat down with her for long enough, I'm getting used to stitching her again. And Lavender and Lace, I mean, I think that one there took me 9 months, and the spring one took me about 9 months as well, and that was exclusively stitching them, but that was years ago. That was years ago. Next one I've done, I took it to work as a carry around, so I was working on it on my night shifts. I've started going and sitting in my car at my breaks on a day shift now. It completely gets me out of the unit, gets me out in fresh air. I can sit in the car, I listen to a book, and I do some cross stitch, and I can get, I've actually counted it one day, I think I can get 50 to 60 stitches done in sort of about 20 minutes. That's not bad. So been working on the Lakeside Christmas stitch along, which is the Christmas at Home sal. I have got the border finished. I haven't got the back stitch in it yet, but I think I'll just back stitch it as I go, so when I'm back stitching for room 1 I'll do the back stitching in the roof. But yeah, the border's all done, all finished. Just got to start to move on to the room. So room 1 is out, which is this attic room. Room 2 is this one here, which is a bathroom, and room 3 that's come out is this room here, which is like half a room. So I think this is going to be like a double room. This is going to be a big room. It's going to take up the 2 squares. So I'm guessing down here we may well have living room and then maybe kitchen. I would guess. I could be wrong, but I would guess. So I'll get a bit more done on that one at some point, but the colours are lovely. I do like it. Just no idea what I'm going to do with it once I'm finished, but I do like that one. And then next one that I've done a little bit of work to is the Under the Sea sal. So I got the mermaid finished, so that was May. June is this stingray, which I'm almost finished this square. I think I've just got, there's a biggish fish to go in here, and just finish off, I think there is, yeah, no there is, there's another fish in here. Finish off this fish and that fish and do the back stitching, and then I can shift right back down to this bottom corner down here, which is a turtle. So I'm looking forward to it because we've hit the bottom, so we've got the sand along. I've just found a needle sticking out my bag. That helps. Put that back in there. Yeah, we've hit the bottom of the sal, and it's, you know, you've got the sea bottom, so you've got the sand going along the bottom, which looks really nice and bright down the bottom. And I think that's all I've been working on, mostly because I've been at work an awful lot. The few things that I made on the sewing machine. First off, if you've never watched her, go and watch Vonna the Twisted Stitcher. But she has done, just trying to find my little catcher. Nope, can't find it. I made a thread catcher, but I don't know where I've put it. I do know where I put it, it was hidden in the corner. I found it. So anyway, Vonna the Twisted Stitcher. She has done, so obviously she shows you how to do some finishings for different ways to finish your cross stitches and whatnot. But she did a video on making a project bag. And I followed her instructions. It's not the neatest because my corners weren't very neat. But I did it myself. I've even got Velcro on it, and it holds a 14 by, no, shut up, an 11 by 11 Q-snap quite happily. And I picked out this material from local sewing shop down in Dunfermline, which is Sew Yarn Crafty. It's on the high street if you're there, if you're in Dunfermline. But I used this dog material, just try and get it all in for you, which I found, which had a, it's a rough collie, but it's close enough to a Sheltie. Obviously when you flip it over it's upside down because that's the way the material's gone, but who looks at the back? But it is all lined, so I've used this star material on the inside. It was a really easy video to follow. It was a really easy pattern. You literally cut out the pattern and you use the iron-on fleece. So I ironed on the fleece to the inside piece and then sewed it all together, the two parts. So then you've got your opening is literally this section here, this straight bottom, and then you fold it up to where you want it, pin it in place, and literally you start at the bottom, you stitch it right up, and you can go right round and then right down, back down the other side, so it closes it in, and I love it. Took it to work because I was very proud of it, to show some girls at work, and one of them, I had no idea, regularly sews on a sewing machine, and she was literally like, she got hold of it and she was like testing all the seams, and she was giving it a good look. So yeah, she was impressed. So yeah, first project bag I have made. Very happy with it. Don't worry, Karen, I'll still be buying your bags because I'm nowhere near as good as you. But it was just a bit of fun to try something. I also made a little thread catcher. Trying to sit it a bit straighter. Not perfect, but for a first attempt at doing a little triangular thing, especially when I haven't used a sewing machine in 20 years, it's not drastically bad. It folds up, I can carry it around, and I can place it on the table because it does eventually sit flat and it catches the thread. So yeah, made those, and then I branched out a bit. I watch, I'm going to have a quick look. Kay's cross stitch. Go away. Open up my list, and it is completely wrong with Kay's. Actually, a quicker way to find it would go into my library and find where I've saved it. It is not in that folder. Sorry. One day for one of these. It is Kay's cross stitch. I don't know why I couldn't find it. Kay's cross stitch. She made a sewing bag similar to my So Much to Love ones that I love. Apologies, I've just started. I just hit the wrong button. So followed her design, followed her instructions. So for the first time ever, I have done patchwork. I've put a zip on, and I've put box corners in. and I've just had to do a bit of a repair because a bit of the edging was coming away. But when my mum gave me some of her fabric, she had these pansy squares cut out, and there was quite a few of them, and I thought I had to use them for something, so I put them together with some other squares of fabric that I'd got. I love this red one, this red bit I love. If I could get some more of that for interior ones, but yeah. So yeah, put it together with some other squares. I found this, what I've used for the top, for the contrast, was a bit of material that my mum had lying around, and the same for the inside was just material that my mum had left over, so I just used it. It's not the neatest, but for being a first time of doing my own box corners, so I've got a flat bottom bag that sits, and I've put a zipper in, first time I've ever put in a zipper in anything, so I'm really quite pleased with myself. This one was a bit trickier to do. At one point I had to rip out the whole lot, the whole side, the whole seams, because I had sewn it shut. She didn't video the part where she put the bag together. She stopped videoing because she was using like quilter's batting, so she was going and quilting it on, whereas I used iron-on fusible to quilt, to give it the thickness. So she hadn't videoed the actual putting it together, but she tried to explain it. I didn't quite pick up on it quickly enough, and did it wrong the first time, and then sussed out what it was that she was talking about and managed to do it, but I did find it confusing. So if you don't sew at all, maybe not the best one to go with. There's a lot of making bag tutorials on YouTube. There's one that I've been following who's really quite easy to watch. She's called Flosstube. It's not on Flosstube. I did a search for sewing machine tutorials, and she's made covers for bigger folders, so she does the bigger folders. She's done covers for them. She does little, like she's done a little like pencil case almost that's got a flat bottom, it's got a box corners on it. So check out Flosstube if you're looking for hints on using the sewing machine. And I think that's it at the moment. There's a couple of things that I've not quite finished. One of them I finished one. It was the July needle keep that I was making for somewhere. We still haven't swapped over. We're still I'm just waiting for the other girl to say she's ready to post. I think she's just had it to put together. Mine's is ready to go, but obviously I'm not going to show it in this video just in case she's watching this video, because that's not fair. So when it comes time to sending it to her, I will do a quick video and let you guys see it, and I will post the video. I'll add it onto my next video probably, and let you guys see it. I've also joined Adele's artist trading cards group to make little artist trading cards, and I can't show you that one either. I haven't finished stitching it. I'm nearly finished stitching it, but I can't show you that because I know who's going to get it, and I know that she will be watching this. So you're not getting to see it, doll. No, you're not getting to see it, because she knows she's getting it. She knows it's me. So yeah, she's not going to see it. So I will do a video of that one, and that will get shown on the next update as well. Just waiting on bits of fabric coming. Don't have any needle minders waiting. I've got some new ones actually. I'll show you what I've done, because they're sitting staring at me from the other side. I've got a couple of magnetic boards. So my other one I haven't done anything with yet, but I decided that I didn't like the silver look of them. I just put material on them, and I was lazy, I glued it on. Don't care. But those are my newest needle minders from Catherine. Got them all from her. What's that one? Yeah, we can do it. But yeah, I love them all. Love the Harry Potter and the Labyrinth. And someone got a bit nasty with Catherine. I'm not happy about it. She didn't tell us the whole story because Catherine's not like that. But someone, and I can guess which ones it's about. I can guess it's about that one and probably that one. Another needle minder seller had a go at her apparently for selling similar to them. She would probably sell them cheaper because she was probably selling them for what she was getting them for and putting in, you know, I don't know how Catherine does her costings, but it's really good. So she was probably underselling them, which was their problem. Tough. So there's my newest needle minders from Catherine. I've got my Jamie one, lovely Jamie one from Outlander. There's another one, but it's sitting on a project at the moment. So, Netflix, what we've been watching, not much. I've been rewatching Star Trek Voyager, but apparently the new one comes out next Monday, so I'll be watching that. New season of Outlander started. So if you want to see some of the beautiful countryside around where I live, watch it because it's filmed close by. And apparently, this one just came down the grapevine, they're apparently closing Dunfermline Abbey this weekend, I think, for filming of a Robert the Bruce TV series, I think, which is Netflix. They're filming it in Dunfermline Abbey, so they're closing down the Abbey for the weekend as far as I'm aware. Chris Pine is starring in it as Robert the Bruce. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about that. I like Chris Pine. I particularly like Chris Pine as Captain Kirk. I don't know how I'm going to feel about him playing the Scottish would-be king. But as it was, because Robert the Bruce spent most of his time down south, he probably speaks with a southern accent anyway, so he won't be any worse than any of the other actors that have previously played him. What else? Outlander, I've said. Victoria, that started up the other week on ITV here, so if you're in the States, try and catch up with it. I do like that. Cold Feet came back on Friday, came back week past Friday. I haven't watched Friday's there. I haven't watched that episode yet. I didn't get into my work till after 9. And I forgot it was on, so I didn't watch it. I'm trying to think what else I've been watching. Mostly Star Trek Voyager when I've been sitting stitching. We got the Kindle Fire Stick because the fact that Amazon Prime came off the telly ages ago, and then YouTube stopped working on it in June, so I couldn't watch Flosstubes when I was sitting stitching alone in the house. The fact that it was going to take the iPlayer off, it wasn't going to update the software on our telly, which is only about 6 years old, so it's not that old. It wasn't going to update the software for iPlayer anymore, so therefore my partner got worried and did something about it. We now have the Fire Stick, so yeah, I can watch Outlander back on the big TV again, which is wonderful. I don't have to fire up the computer for that one. I think that's about it at the moment. Samplers, that's what I've forgotten. So the last time I talked about, not the last time, but the last video that didn't go anywhere, I talked about having been to a cotton manufacturing. They basically spun the cotton, so, and then it got shipped off to get made into materials and what have you. But this factory in Lanark spun cotton, And when we were going round with the kids, there was one of the, I think it was the owner's house, there was 3 cross stitches, and if I remember I will try and insert the pictures here so you can see them. So yeah, they were all stunning. The one on the white material had apparently been stitched by a 6-year-old. That wasn't the original. The original is apparently in the States somewhere. That was a reproduction that's on the wall there. But the other 2 pieces are originals. And I just thought it was remarkable. The one that had decayed at the bottom, by the looks of it when I was looking closer, I think it's been water damage at some point. But the fact that there's a little bit of the boat that it's just literally the stitching and nothing else, and it's still all held together literally by the thread. The fact that it's all still intact, it just amazed me. And it got me in the mind of wanting to try and do some samplers. So I did a little search on so-and-so and found a few of them. And one of them I found was this one, which is a slightly musical one. So it has got the ABC of the sampler, and then it has a little caption down the bottom which says La musique donne un âme. La musique donne un âme à nos cœurs et des ailes à la pensée. Basically translated, it gives something to our hearts and wings to the thoughts. Which, if I try and get into where I stored the translation, don't think I'm too far off. The music gives a soul to our heart and wings to the thought. There you go. Which I thought for this household was fairly apt. So I'm planning on stitching it on this 28 count Brittany from Chromatic Alchemy. I think it was a fabric of the month. It's Cassia Rose, which I thought was a lovely colour. And I'm going to be using, they're using DMC variegated number 115, which is the red one. I'm going to use Jodari Sparkling Cyanide, which is the greens and the purples, which I think, if I fold this so you can see it, is going to look quite pretty. So that's the plan with that one. I don't know when I'm going to get it started, but I will get it started. There's one of these, I don't know where I've put the material. I picked out the material for it and I don't know where I've put it. Another one I found was this one, which is The Bookshelf by Little House Needleworks. So yeah, I like that one. It's got Browning, Dickinson, Alcott, Burnett, Austen, Bronte, Wilder, Sense and Sensibility, The Secret Garden, Wuthering Heights, Little Women. It's got books and it's quite a nice wee sampler. So I'm going to do that. And I think, if memory serves, 28 count, and I need 8 by 11, and I've got 13 by 18, so yeah, I think I've decided to do it on this one, which was from Sparkly's, and it doesn't have a colour name for it. I think it just came as part of my fabric of the month, but I quite like the peachy colour in it. And there was another one, if I can find it. It is, and this is the one I've lost the material for, that, but hey, I might change it. But it's this one by Little Doves Designs, Happiness. I'll bring it in so you can see it a bit more. So happiness is wanting what you have, not wanting what you want, not having what you want, which I quite liked. So yeah, I'm going to do that one as well. And I might have fun either looking for the material for that or hunting out another one. And then if I can find it around here, I'm putting everything everywhere. For the soulful stitching, January stitch along, it's for antique or historical samplers. I found this one, of which I'm needing to figure out what material I want to do it on. But I'm doing this reproduction by Little House Needleworks of the Elizabeth Hancock sampler. So this was the original sampler down here, and they've recreated the top half of it. I might change some of the colours. I mean, the original dress was blue and they've redone it in white. The house was a little bit darker. It uses quite a lot of speciality threads, and I was pricing it up. It uses Crescent Colours Belle Soie, or Soie, or however you pronounce it. I priced them up on So and So. They are like £7.50 a skein. Not happening. The other ones it uses, you can either use the Weeks Dye Works or the Crescent Colours over dyed cotton conversion. Wasn't keen on them either. Some of the Weeks Dye Works I have, so I may use what Weeks Dye Works I have. But when you're looking at it, there's one. I could use it as the Weeks Dye Work as bark, but you need 3 skeins of it. Whereas I could probably easily have enough 3011 of the DMC. So I'll see how I feel. I might play around with the colours because it is a sampler after all. It's just a case of following the pattern and making it your own. So I'm going to have to figure out which. Actually, I'm not sure if I ordered material for it actually. I may have ordered material for it. I think I may have put an order in at either Sparkly's or Pole Stitches for that one. Can't remember. It'll hit me when it appears. I've also put in an order to Jodery for a piece of material for the Lakeside Variations Sal. So I'll be using that, but I'm not going to use the DMC colours. I have the DMC Variations colours. I'm not going to use them. I'm going to use I'm going to go through my Jodery stash and see what I fancy using out of that, and I might not stick to 5 colours. I might stick to however many I want. So it'll look different. And there's another stitch along, like I need another stitch along, like a hole in the head by Lakeside. They're bringing out a free one next month, I think, which is, it says it's speciality stitches, so it's free. It's only going to work out, I think, about 6 by 6 inches, something like that. So I might as well. If it's got speciality stitches, it'd be nice to do something a bit different. So I might watch and see what that one looks like. But I think for now that's it. I will try not to leave it the next time. I do apologise for it being so long, but life and technology get in the way. So love to you all. I hope to see you soon, but if I don't leave now, I'll be getting a phone call from the school saying, where are you? So I'll catch you hopefully sooner rather than later, and I hope you all have a lovely stitchy time, and see you all soon. Bye. Right, mini add-on, mainly because I forgot it again and I'm just editing the video, putting it all together to try and get it onto YouTube. I forgot to say my partner did his little bit, shall we say. The new bridge opened in Scotland. If you've not heard about it already, there's a new bridge crossing between Fife and Edinburgh. I still haven't been on it yet. I haven't needed to go across to Edinburgh, so I don't see the point in just going over it just for the sake of going over a bridge. It's a bridge. But he drives to Edinburgh every day, so he got a new camera for his car, and he filmed it, and he put a little bit of commentary in it, which I thought was hilarious. So whilst I'm editing this video together, I'm going to search out the link. I'm going to link it below. I'm going to add it into the links below, and let's see if it can get his views up on that video, because he won't understand why. And I think it might be a bit funny. So I'm a little bit evil that way. And I forgot to mention the madness that is this. Don't worry, I haven't had anything done. This is a natural curl. I'm getting to that age where hormones are starting to do nasty things, and I get hot all the time, and I sweat all the time, and particularly I sweat at my work. So the easiest thing for my work is I'm just letting the curl come back in. I am growing it out, but it's not at the stage where I can leave it. It's all this short way at the back, so that's why it looks like a bit of a mess. It's just pushed back with a band, but it doesn't matter if I sweat or not, because it'll just go frizzy and curly. So I will post the link below. Have a look if you fancy it, if you fancy seeing someone drive across the Queensferry crossing, just for a laugh. If you fancy as well, he's also got the video that he posted a while ago of him when he first started practicing the glissando for the Rhapsody in Blue last year. So have a look at it if you fancy, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.